Good morning. Today we are going to learn break and continue statements. In the last sessions, we discussed loop statements. In the C language, we have three types of loops. One is the while loop, do while, and for loop. We discussed about these loops and practice some of the programs on these all the loops. While and for loop are pre-conditional loops. Do while is the post-conditional loop. Today we will discuss the break and continue statement. The break statement, breaking something. Break means some disturbances in our regular work or some flow of work. Break means stopping some work. Here in the C language, the break statement is used to end the loop immediately. Whenever the break statement executes, it ends the loop immediately without repeating the executing the loop statements. The break statement is normally used in loops and switch statements. The break statement is almost always used with if-else statement inside the loop. In general, the break means stopping the work. Break. Here in C programming language, the break statement is used to exit from the loop immediately. Sometimes we need to exit from the loop immediately without repeating the iterations. At the time we use the break statement. As you remember, while we are executing the prime number, we used flag statement is prime. Whenever the entered number is divisible with any other number rather than 1 and itself, then we will come out of the loop by using this break statement. In that example, while you are finding the prime number, once we identified the number is divisible with any number from in between from that number to n, then we can say it is a composite number. No need to repeat the process division operation while you are checking the prime number. We used this break statement in the last session only. In the prime number, we used this break statement to come out of the loop whenever the number is divisible with any other number rather than 1 and itself. The break statement is used in loops and switch statements. In the loops, the break statement is used with the help of the if statement only. Directly, we can't use the break statement within the loop. We use with help of the if control statement, we use the break statement. Inside the if control statement, we will write the break statement based on some criteria. Whenever the program reaches particular condition, particular value, then we want to exit from the loop. At that time, with help of the if statement, we use the break. Sorry. Now we will see the flowchart of the break statement. This is the flowchart. Loop condition, the flow of execution, it enter into the loop condition. Within the loop, we use the break statement. Whenever the condition is true, it enters into the loop and executes the instructions within the loop, body of the loop. It executes the instructions. The break statement we write within the if control statement. If the program reaches the particular condition or any variable value, if some x value equals to something, the condition is true, then it enter into the if statement. It executes the break at that situation. Whenever it executes the break statement, it comes immediately out of the loop. Here the flow of execution is this one. The break, whenever it executes the break, then it comes out of the loop. If it doesn't execute the break statement, the flow of execution, the control passes to the beginning of the loop. It checks the condition. If the condition is true, it enters into the loop and executes the block of statements of that loop. Whenever it executes the break statement, then it comes out of the loop. That's it. And after come out of the loop, it executes the following instructions of the loop. Otherwise, until and unless it doesn't execute the break statement, it repeats the flow of execution until the loop condition is true. Whenever the loop condition is false, it comes out of the loop. In this case, we are exiting from the loop two times. In two cases. One case, the condition, loop condition is false, we comes out of the loop. In the second case, whenever the flow of execution, the program executes the break statement, it comes out of the loop. This is the break statement. Now we will see the example code, how the break will works in while loop and do while loop and for loop. In this figure, we observe while text, it tests the expression condition. If the condition is true, it enter into the loop. After entering to the loop, it executes the instructions of the while loop. Here within the while loop we wrote if condition. If that condition is true, it executes the if block. Within the if block we wrote break statement. It executes the break. Whenever it executes the break statement, it comes out of the while loop immediately. The control doesn't passes to the beginning of the loop. It exits immediately. It exits from the loop whenever it executes the break statement. Here the arrow symbol indicates whenever it executes this if block, it executes the break statement, it immediately it comes out of the loop without executing any other statements. Immediately, this is the while loop. Come to the second loop, do while loop. Here do, it executes some code. Here some lines of code is there, it executes. It checks the if condition. If the condition is false, it doesn't enter into the if block. It executes following instructions of the if block. It executes the code. It reaches the do block, end of the do block. It executes while condition. It tests the expression. If the condition is true, the control transfer to passes to beginning of the do while loop. It executes the code. If the condition is true in the if block, if control statement, it enter into the if block, it executes the break statement. Whenever it executes the break statement, immediately it comes out of the loop. It ignores the remaining instructions of that loop. These are the some instructions are there. After the break statement, some code is there, and while test expression is there, it ignores and comes out of the loop, and it executes the following instructions of the do while loop. If you observe the for loop also, same thing is happen until and unless it doesn't execute the break statement, it repeats the process. It executes the block of statements repeatedly until the loop condition is false. When it executes the break statement, it comes out of the loop immediately. We will see one example, then you can understand how the break statement will work. This is the program hash include stdio.h main int I equal to 1 while condition I less than or equal to 10 if I equal to 3 printf using break statement break. The if condition is if control statement ends. Here begins from here and ends here if control statement. After that printf value I value is, it will print the I value. This is the end of the program. The expected output is I value is 1 first iteration, second iteration I value is 2, third iteration it executes the break statement. If you observe the program, without break statement, it prints the output, it prints the I value 10 times, 1 to 10 times. But here in this case we are using the break statement. At the time of third iteration, it executes the if control statement. At the time of third iteration, it executes break statement. It comes out of the loop immediately. Now we will see the output. This is the expected output. Now we will execute the program in compiler and we'll check the output, how the break statement is working. Click on the file menu, new option. For getting the new file, type the program #include stdio.h. This is the header file, standard input output header file to include the input output library files to your program. Main function, it is the beginning of the C program. Int I, declaring the I variable, integer variable, and initialized I value as 1, while I less than or equals to 10. Now we are writing just without break. First we will execute the program, simple program to print 1 to 10 numbers using the while loop. After executing the program, we will use the break statement. Then you can understand the difference between the while without using break with using break. Okay, now we will see printf \n for getting the new line. I value is %d comma I semicolon. This is the end of the loop. This is the end of the program. Now we'll save the program. Save break .c. Click on OK. Run, compile the program. Alt F9. By pressing Alt F9, we'll compile the program. Now compilation is completed successfully with 0 errors. Now run the program by pressing Ctrl F9. Ctrl F9 is the shortcut key. Okay, this is the infinite loop. We forgot value is 1 1 1. It is the loop becomes infinite because we did a mistake. Now we'll again I am opening the Turbo C++. We'll open the program. Just now we typed the program name was break.c. Open this program. Here I value is 1 while I less than or equals to 10. This is always true because I forgot to altering the variable I plus plus semicolon. This is the mistake I did. So save the program, compile the program. Now run the program. Program was successfully executed. Now we will see the output. One I value is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. This is the output without using the break statement. Here while loop is started, begins I value is 1 it prints the I value is incremented first time, second iteration I value is printed as 2, third iteration I value is printed as 3, fourth iteration. The loop is executing until the condition is false, until the condition becomes false. I value begins from 1, it is incremented by 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that up to 10. The loop, the condition is true, it executes the loop. Now we are going to use if break statement. If I equals to 5, if I equals to 5, then printf using break statement. Now the if I value is 5, we are using the break statement. Here whenever it enter into the loop, it checks if I value is equals to 5, then if it is equals to 5, it enter into the if block. Only one time I value is 1, it doesn't enter into the loop if block. I value is 2, it doesn't enter into the if statement. I value is 4, it doesn't enter. Whenever I value reaches to the 5, then it enter into the if control statement and it execute the this printf statement. It using break statement, it prints on the screen. After that we are writing the break statement. The purpose of the break statement is to print to exit from the loop immediately. Whenever it executes the break statement, the compiler will comes the flow of execution will comes out of the loop immediately. It ignores the remaining statements and it ignores the remaining iterations and it exits from the loop. The control passes to here. Now we will see the output. Save the program, compile the program. Compilation is successful with 0 errors. Now run the program. Program was executed. Now see the output, user screen. Here in the previous execution, without break statement, value is I value is 1 to 10. It prints I value is 1 to 10. In the now using the break statement, first iteration it prints I value 1, second iteration it prints I value 2, third iteration I value is printed 3, fourth iteration I value is 4, fifth iteration the I value becomes 5, it enter into the if block. Within the if block we wrote break statement. It prints using the break statement. Whenever it executes the break statement, it is exiting from the loop without executing the remaining iterations. Actually the condition is wrote up to I equals less than or equals to 10. The number of iterations are 10, but at the time of fifth iteration we wrote break statement, that's why it is executing only 5 iterations. Now again observe the output. alt to W user screen, you will see nothing is there. So again we'll run the program, compile the program, run the program, alt W. This is the output using the break statement. Based on the condition, the loop must be executed 10 times, 10 iterations. But at the time of fifth iteration, we executed the break statement. That's why it exited from the while loop without executing the remaining 5 iterations. This is the use of break statement. Practically, we used the break statement in the while you are finding the prime number. Now we'll see the prime number program also. In the last session, we did open the program. The prime number is, we saved the prime. In the prime 2, we used this break. Now you observe within the for loop, here we used break statement. While you are finding the prime number, we use this break statement. Is prime flag variable whenever the number is divisible with any other number apart other than 1 and itself, then we can decide, we can conclude that is a composite number. At the time, no need to do the division operations again and again with remaining numbers. Immediately we will exit from the loop and we can say, we can conclude that it is not a prime number, it is a composite number. For that purpose, we used the break statement. Now you understood. Close the compiler. Now we'll see the break. Now we'll see the continue statement. How the continue will help us, where we use the continue statement. Continue statement. The meaning is continue, continuing the execution, but a small alteration. The continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop. It continues the loop iterations, but it skips the current iteration. It ignores the current iteration and it executes the remaining iterations. Whereas in the break statement, it skips the remaining iteration, all remaining iterations. Whenever it executes the break statement, it skips all the remaining iterations of that loop and exit from the loop. But whereas the continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop and continues with the next iteration. It skips only one iteration and it executes the remaining iterations. It is used in while loop, do while loop and for loops. The continue statement is almost always used with the if else statement. With the help of the if control statement only, we use the continue statement. If you doesn't use the if statement, The continue statement always executed in the loop for every iteration. It ignores all the statements. Then the loop is useless. This is the flowchart. Enter into the loop. It will check the loop condition. If the condition is true, we'll enter into the loop. If the condition is false, it exits from the loop. We know. After entering into the loop, whenever it executes the continue statement based on some criteria, based on some condition, we will write that in if control statement. Whenever it executes the continue statement, it immediately passes the control to beginning of the loop. It ignores the remaining statements of the loop. Here, if you observe, here loop is started from here. It executes the statements. After that, it encounters the continue statement. The condition is true. It enters the continue statement. It executes the continue statement. Then immediately the control is passed to beginning of the loop. It ignores the remaining statements of this loop. It repeats the same process. Checks the condition. If the condition is true, it executes the statements. Otherwise, it exits from the loop. Continue statement, it skips only one iteration. Current iteration, we can't say only one iteration. Sometimes it needs to skip two or more iterations also based on some condition. Whenever the continue statement is executed, it skips the current iteration. It is good. It ignores the remaining instructions of the loop. Now we will see some examples. While loop example, do while loop and for loop, how it will the control is passes to the loop. In the while loop, we will test the condition. If the condition is true, we will enter into the loop. It executes the instructions. We will write within the if block continue statement. If that condition is true, if block condition is true, it enter into the if block. It executes the continue. It passes the control to beginning of the loop. Otherwise, it executes the remaining statements of the loop. Whereas in the for loop also same thing is happened. In the do while loop, it tests the condition. If the condition is true, it enter into the if block. It executes the continue statement. Then the control passes to while loop. Do while condition. It checks the condition. If the condition is true, again the control passes to beginning of the do while loop. These are the three cases of the loops: while loop, do while loop and for loop. Whenever the continue statement is executed, immediately control is passes to the beginning of the loop condition, and it skipping the current iteration of the loop. We will see one simple program to find out the total marks of a student. Total marks of a student, the number of subjects 4, int marks I equal to 1, total marks equal to 0, while I less than or equal to 4. Printf, enter the subject 1 marks, will enter the marks. Enter the subject 2 marks, will enter. Like that, this process is repeated until the loop condition is false, that is the loop is repeated 4 times. Because I value is started from 1, I value the condition is up to less than or equal to 4. Okay, it seems good. Now we want to use the continue statement. If marks less than 0 or marks greater than 100, actually for subject marks are in between 0 to 100 only in general. If the user entered negative marks, or sometimes he may enter above 100 marks, then we must warn. For that purpose we are using if condition. We giving a caution message, please enter the marks in between 0 to 100. Continue statement. Here we are finding the total marks plus marks I equal to I plus 1. After the continue statement, we have these two instructions within the while loop. After exiting from the loop, we are printing the marks, total marks of a student. Please observe the program. The expected output is enter the subject 1 marks. The subject 1 marks are entered 26. Then the loop is repeated. Enter the subject 2 marks 38. Enter the subject 3 marks minus 78. Then it enter into the if block. Please enter the marks in between 0 to 100. Enter the subject 3 marks again. It is asking. I value is not incremented. Enter the subject 4 marks 54. Total marks is 196. This is the expected output. We will see whether the output is correct or not by executing the program in the Turbo C++ compiler. Now open the compiler, take new file by clicking on the file menu and new option, type the program, #include stdio.h main int marks comma I equals to 1. This variable is for altering variable for the loop. Total marks. Here I am using the underscore, total underscore marks. As per the identifier rules, identifier must started with alphabet and it doesn't accept the spaces. That's why I am using the total underscore marks. The while loop, while I less than or equals to 5 or 4 subjects. If you want to take 4 subjects or 5 subjects as your wish. Now I am taking 4 subjects. While loop is begin. Printf, within the while loop I am writing printf \n for getting the new line. Enter the subject %d marks comma I. For the first iteration it means enter the subject 1 marks. scanf function, we are using the scanf function to read the data from the keyboard. %d format specifier for integer variable and address of marks. The entered number is stored in the marks variable. This is the reading the marks. If marks, the entered marks less than 0 or logical or marks greater than 100, sometimes we entered mistakenly. To avoid such situations, we are using this and printf \n, please enter the marks in between 0 to 100. We will specify this one, double quotes. Okay, this is the print statement. And whenever the user entered the marks in negative or above 100, ignore that number. For that purpose, no need to add that marks. If the user entered negative marks, if you sum that to the total marks, that marks are subtracted. To avoid such mistakes, we are using the continue. Here, by using this continue statement, it is very useful for us. You will get an idea after executing, after seeing the output of this program. What is the use of the continue statement? Total marks is equal to, in this instruction, by using this instruction, we are adding the total marks, subjects marks, subject 1 and subject 2 marks, subject 4 up to subject 4 marks, semicolon. I is equal to I plus plus. This is the end of the while loop. This is the these instructions are under while loop. Okay, now print the result, print the total marks, \n total marks %d comma total underscore marks. This is the program, end of the main function. Now save the program, give the file name as continue new.c. Okay, program saved. Compile the program. Compilation is successful without errors. Now run the program by pressing Ctrl F9. Program run, executed. Now it is asking for enter the subject 1 marks. I entered 55 first time. Then it is asking enter the subject 2 marks. I will enter 80. For the subject 3, I will enter minus 60, 76. Then it is please enter the marks in between 0 to 100. Now I will enter 76. Enter the subject 4 marks. Now I will enter 156. For the fourth subject also it is asking please enter the marks in between 0 to 100 because I entered the marks out of the range. The range is from 0 to 100 only. Here I entered 156. It is checking in the if control statement. We wrote in the program if control statement. Within that we write the condition if marks less than 0 or marks above 100. That is the condition. It executed. The condition is true. That's why it is showing the message please enter the marks in between 0 to 100 and it is executing the continue statement. Here I will enter 56. Now we will see the output user screen. The total marks is 267. Now you calculate the total marks 55, 80 and 76, 56. The total marks is 267 only. It ignored minus 76 and 156 because we wrote the condition within the if control statement, continue statement. Whenever you entered the marks, negative marks are above 100, we used continue statement. Whenever it executes the if control statement, it executed continue statement, immediately the control is passed to beginning of the loop, ignoring the remaining two instructions of the if block of following the if block. After the if control statement, if block, we have the two instructions within the while loop. That is the calculating the total marks of that and incrementing the I value. Here we wrote, we can write I plus plus only. Okay. So this is the, now you understood the usage of the continue statement. File. Now we'll run the program, compile the program, save the program, compile the program, run the program, enter the subject 1 marks 36, subject 2 marks 74, subject 2 marks minus 98. Whenever you enter the negative marks, it is displaying the message and immediately the control is passes to the beginning of the loop without incrementing the I value. That's why it is asking again enter the subject 3 marks. If you enter the marks 98, yes, it added this 36, 74 plus 98. Now the beginning of the loop, it is asking the marks again. This is the program. We'll see the output. The total marks is 258. If you add 36, 74 and 98, 50, we will get the 258. Now close the compiler. We will go to the PPT. This is the expected output and we got the same result. The difference between the break and continue. The break is exit from the loop immediately. Whenever you execute the break statement, it is exited from the loop. Continue statement, it will skip the current iteration only and begin the next iteration of the loop. As we observed in our programs, whenever it executes the continue statement, it is ignoring the current iterations. It doesn't execute the current iteration instructions. Just it passes the control to the beginning of the loop. The second difference, the syntax is break semicolon, the syntax is continue semicolon. Used in while, do while, for loop and switch statement also. Used in while loop, do while and for loops only. Up to now we discussed the break statement and the flowchart example program for the break and continue statements and differences between the break and continue statements. Now we will see some questions on this topic. Break is used to terminate the execution of the loop. Break is used to skip the execution of the loop by one statement. Break is used to stop the execution of the program. Which one is correct? Break is used to terminate the execution of the loop. The second question, in the following, where is the break statement is used? In only for loop, in do while, B, do while loop, for loop and switch statements, C, for and while loop only. The answer is do while, for loop, while loop and switch statements, we use the break statement. The next question is, continue is used to A, used to skip some set of instructions in the loop. B, used to execute continuously the entire loop. None of the above. The answer is used to execute continuously the entire loop. It skips only the current iteration. Fourth question. In the following, where the continue statement is used? A, do while and for loop only. B, do while for and switch statement. C, in switch statement only. The answer is do while and for loop. We use the continue statement. Okay, thank you.